Hi friends, happy Thursday. It's Pastor Karen here with our Thoughtful Thursday for this week. I'm standing here in my front yard, which to be honest with you is not a place that I spend a lot of time. We tend to come up our driveway, go into our house. We use our back porch a lot more for entertaining and hanging out. But I spent some time on a webinar this week and I have since been challenged to see my front yard a little bit differently. So I want to share with you some thoughts that I learned this week that have been rummaging around in my head. I got to spend some time on a webinar meeting the author of a book called The Art of Neighboring. His name is Dave Runyon. And he talks a lot about who is our neighbor. And we all might answer, right, the Sunday school answer, well, Jesus told us that our neighbor is the person that we learned about in the Good Samaritan. Our neighbor is anyone who is in need. But Dave Runyon challenges us to take that to an even more granular level. He says, do you know who your actual neighbors are? Do you know what they look like? Do you know their first names? Can you use their first names? Do you wave and say hello? And that got me to thinking. We've lived here in this house about 10 years. I know my neighbors on either side, a couple doors down even. We've met our neighbors behind us once, but our new neighbors across the street, they've been there about a year, and I don't know their names. We wave from the driveway when we're checking our mail or getting our newspaper, but I can't say, hi Mike or hi Debbie, because I don't know their first names. So I'm challenged this week to write them a note, to leave it in their mailbox, to maybe buy a small plant while I'm at the grocery store and leave it on their front stoop, just to introduce myself. In his book, The Art of Neighboring, he says, what happens in your front yard is important. What happens in your front yard is important. And that even when we can't be proximal to people, even when we can't be right next to people, we can be present for people. So I'm challenging all of us today to wonder, who are our actual neighbors? The people who live maybe just 50 or 60 feet away. Maybe we share a driveway. Maybe we share an elevator or a stairwell to get to our apartment. Who are our neighbors? What are their names? Let's start with that this week. Introduce yourself. Say hello. Wave and call them by name. And let's see what understanding and knowing our neighbors can bring us, as we all in this challenging time are just trying to do what Jesus told us to do, to love God with all of our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love our neighbor as ourselves. It's really hard to love our neighbors, friends, if we don't know who they are. So get out there, introduce yourself from a safe distance away, wave from your front lawn, saying, hi, I'm so-and-so. It's really nice to be your neighbor. I hope this finds you all safe and well, and I'm looking forward to us spending time when we can be neighbors again in church, sitting in the pews together, worshiping and singing and praising. Until then, I pray for each of you every day. Take care.